What makes you sad?
The way that our people normalize dysfunction.
Ooh.
Hey, because my dad was a civil rights worker, so it's in me, and it really makes me sad sometimes.
Do you think fathers really need to be in the home?
Yes, there's a yin and a yang. I got a friend. She's a single mother, son out of control. You don't have a father in her life. I try to explain to her, say, you have a problem. There's two ways to solve it. Woman's way to solve it, a man's way to solve it. At the end of the day, it just need to get solved.
Right.
But if your son constantly sees the way that you solve the problem, that's the way he's going to solve the problem. Now he's out here being exactly what you hate. You would not date a man that acts like your son. How do you raise your son to be like that?
Right.
Fathers are important. Not just fathers, just a positive male role model, coach, uncle, or somebody. I just think they're important.
There's times in my life where I wasn't ready to receive information. Sometimes you're just not in the place, no matter how clear it is or what people are saying, to receive information.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip. Um, what's not said about the dysfunction? Even what the brother was talking, I understand it completely. But there are some things that people are having a hard time taking that extra step to say that extra thing. Should fathers be in the house? No. How about the mother should be in the father's house? See, when we play this game where should fathers be in the house, we don't say that these households were separate in the beginning. We don't say they didn't live together for the most part in the beginning, right? Even if they were a couple, normally, they weren't actually living together. So when you say they should be in the house, whose house we talking about? See what I'm saying? And the reason I say that is because you'll say in dating, you tell young men don't ever live with a woman, because if you live with a woman, she gonna start cutting up and acting like she gonna son you and little boy you every day. So when y'all make these statements, should he live in the house? You never specify whose house, and it alludes to living in her house, which is gonna be a bad look at the end of the day. The other thing, the kid's out of control. If the kid's out of control and he's only been seeing one way to solve a problem, right? And he's interacting with the world in that same one way to solve his problems, and you can say he's out of control, you should also be able to say the person who taught him how to handle his problems is out of control too. But you don't say that. I'm not talking about the guy in particular, but I'm saying in general, you don't say that. You don't say, let's just be honest, mom's out of control. She lies, she manipulates, she steals, she use people, she try to get over, and then she try to play stupid, and then she destructive. And then the kid grew up to be that way, and then we got dysfunction in our community. No, we got dysfunction in the way that you allow some of these mothers to parent. That's what the dysfunction is. But you don't want to say that. See, that's the part we don't want to say out loud, right? The other thing, uh, it's sad, but when you say we normalize dysfunction, is it a we or is it a them? But we gonna make it we because we don't want to address them. And this is what I mean. Excuse me, I'm sick. In our community and in other people's communities, when people don't want to take responsibility for their actions, they lump other people in and try to act like, oh well, it's a us problem. You know, I'm I'm the one on drugs, but we got a drug problem. I'm the one dealing drugs, but we got a drug dealing problem. You get what I'm saying? I'm the one cheating on my significant other, but we got a cheating problem. I'm the one who's bad with money, but we got a we're bad with money. It's that, which is ironic because it's a me when something good happens. I did this all by myself, no help, blah blah blah. My child got a 3.5 GPA because of me, but you had a 1.8 when you was in school, but we not going, but somehow it's you. Okay, fine. Then we got to take a step further. At what point are we going to deal with enabling the dysfunction? See, and what I mean by enabling the dysfunction, I mean this. If what's been going on in the community as far as parenting hasn't been working, when are we going to go, we're not doing this no more? No, no, not again. Not again. Because we've went through generations of these bad parenting situations that we look at as the normal way to raise kids. And I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it in this way and act like that the help in our community has been dwindling. You know what I'm saying? It used to be, immediate family, extended family, nuclear family, extended family will help you, and people in the community will help you. But I'm not gonna lie, excuse me, so many people have got to take advantage of in so many the decades that you get less help. So it's not how it used to be. When people ask, well, it used to be a whole lot better. We used to stick together. Yeah, and we used to not screw over the people that helped us. But that's the society we live in now, where people screw over the people that help them. And this is what I mean by enabling. We know all of these things, and we still continue to go down this path. Excuse me, I'm sick. So at the end of the day, were the civil rights families together? Absolutely. Was there dysfunction in every community? Absolutely. When we're focused on us, we make our dysfunction look a whole lot worse than it actually is, because we just, you know, even with our own selves, we put the racial part into it. Is we make it, if we're doing something and white people are doing something, we're doing the same thing, but it's a whole lot worse when we're doing this type of situation. But, you know, I'm just making that statement, but let me stick to the video. In this scenario, at some point, people are gonna wake up to the fact that fathers just may be better parents, period. Because near the end of what he was talking about was all the let me slow down. The whole way that conversation went and it was set up, it was mom's home, mom's kids out of control, mom is teaching nothing but dysfunction, but a man will come into there. Well, here's the situation. Don't no man want to be in that type of situation, even if that is the father. See, you can't change an adult. You can mold a child, but you can't change an adult. And what we're doing is we're letting dysfunctional, toxic adults be in charge of raising the kids. And you act like, oh, if men put themselves into the situation with them, somehow it's just gonna magically fix it because of the order and the structure of men, as Crimson Cure would say. But no, people are just rebellious. When I say people, a lot of these mothers are just rebellious. They just want to do whatever they want to do. That's why in the community, one of the biggest issues people has is this. There is no rectifying any situation. See, we've seen it time and time again. The way moms raise these kids, it ruins them. And then they become adults, and it's like, I don't know how you got like this. You just need to let it go and move on. So this problem is going to keep getting worse and worse and worse because we're being silly by enabling it by going, okay, every mother is a woman and every woman is a mother, and they all get this long leash of screwing up their kids because it's all individuals. We see the group issue, but we treat them all like individuals, and every mistake is just okay. Let them keep making it and keep making it and keep making it, and then 10 years go by, and then you go, okay, that's enough mistakes. We sick of this, but it's too late. And then we go, where's the father comes in the house? You gotta put into the situation that some of y'all didn't want the fathers around. You want the father around when the kid's out of control. That's when you want the fathers around. You fight tooth and nail to make sure the father's not around, and then you raise the kid to be out of control. And when the kid's out of control, you can't reel him back in, and you say this person needs a father in their life and in the house. No, that's not how it should go. But you tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch you on the next one. Peace.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.